Hello and welcome. This deep dive comes to you from the editorial team at Sbircia la Notizia. Now, we're an Italian journalistic outlet, but we've decided to tackle this story in English.
And that's because the number of international users involved here is just, well, it's massive. Millions are affected.
Exactly. So let's get right into it. FreeBitco.in, a name that's been around for over 12 years in the crypto faucet and casino world, is shutting down.
Or at least that's the headline.
Right. They've announced a closure, and the official reason they're giving is widespread abuse across the website, and they're making a promise to genuine users, to you, that your funds are safe.
But if you look at the actual language they're using, the key word isn't really closure, it's congelamento, a freeze.
A freeze. So what does that practically mean?
It means they are formalizing a block on assets right now.
Yeah.
They're pushing any possibility of you getting your funds back way, way into the future.
And that future is pretty far off. The commitment they're making is that withdrawals should be enabled by the beginning of 2026.
2020.
Yeah, and the reason they claim is this huge manual process to sort through, I think they said, tens of millions of accounts to figure out who's a genuine user and who's an abuser.
Which brings up the most important question of all. What does safe actually mean in this context?
Right.
I mean, in crypto, safety requires things you can check. Verifiable things like proof of reserves, independent audits, clear timelines. They're just asking for an act of faith.
An act of faith for over a year. And this is what's so jarring. Their own internal guides used to promise withdrawal times of like 15 minutes.
15 minutes for an instant one, maybe 24 hours for a manual check.
So how do you leap from 15 minutes to the start of 2026? I mean, what does that actually signal about what's happening right now?
It signals that the widespread abuse explanation is, well, it's the perfect wild card, isn't it? It's a blank check.
How so?
They give zero details, no numbers on the economic impact, no criteria for what an abuser even is, and crucially, no way for a user, for you, to argue if you get labeled as one.
So the abuse label could be a cover for something else.
It could be a cover for almost anything, most likely. A severe liquidity crisis. They probably just can't pay out.
And there's one detail in their notice that feels like the real smoke signal here.
I think I know which one you mean.
The warning. They said, please do not send any funds to your deposit address. Any funds sent after this point might need to be manually credited.
And that's it. That's the indicator of a total structural failure. It means their internal accounting system is, for all intents and purposes, offline. It's compromised.
They can't even guarantee that they can track new money coming in.
Exactly. And when a custodial platform gets to that point, the gap between a disruption and just functional insolvency, and it's practically zero. And this isn't new. We've seen public complaints for months about blocked withdrawals.
So really, this is just them making a long-standing problem official. And they're using their own terms and conditions, which let them freeze the content of your wallet at their absolute discretion.
Yes, they're activating that power now for everyone under this big umbrella of fighting abuse, but with absolutely no outside checks and balances.
So what should a user be doing right now?
First thing, the absolute priority. Stop sending funds, full stop. Then document everything you possibly can. Withdrawal IDs, your balance, screenshots, dates, transaction IDs, anything.
Because that's your only defense down the line.
It's your only defense if you need to contest your status, maybe years from now. This announcement isn't the end of a service. It's the beginning of a long, uncertain block.
And we're left with these essential unanswered questions. What are the criteria for an abuser? Why do they suddenly need to credit things manually? And who is making sure the balances are even migrated correctly to this new shutdown database?
Questions that demand answers, but we likely won't get them anytime soon.
So when a platform asks you to just trust them for the next 18 months, shielded by this vague idea of abuse, you really have to ask yourself, who benefits from that total lack of accountability? We strongly encourage you to read our full analysis of this developing story on our website. You can find it at www.sbircialanotizia.at. That's SBIRCIALANOTIA.it. Follow us there for all the latest updates. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive.